Hi, friends. I wanted to get on here and talk to you guys a little bit about how I handle messaging. So, messaging is really, really important. You have to have it down. You can't say too much. We're also throwing a lot at you guys by telling you when you start, don't say this, don't say that. Try to keep it short, pique their interest. You hear it all. So, the important thing that I want you guys to take away from this is that I want you to understand my process and what I do. And this has been proven to work for many people. It's not just me. So I'm going to try to run you through it, try to give you a quick example of how this looks. But let's start. So when you're messaging somebody, why do we tell them that this is different? We tell them it's different because we're not having to push sales, right? So when you're pushing sales, you're saying too much. You're saying a lot. You have to describe the brands, the products, the ingredients, the this, the that. You're saying a whole lot up front. Well, because we're not having to do that, this is different. And we're honestly selling a vision. We're selling something that's bigger than just a product. So when you're talking to somebody, that's why has to be approached differently. So what I like to do is I like to start out by just having a simple conversation with somebody. So let's say it's a friend that I haven't seen in a really long time. I don't go right in and tell them anything. I like to start out the conversation by saying, hey, how's it going? How have you been? What have you been up to? Because I genuinely care. I'm also screening them at the same time, if this makes sense. So I need to be able to find out if they're really truly going to be somebody that would benefit just from products and being a customer, or if they would benefit from actually being an ambassador here and joining me and actually helping team build. So when I talk to them, they usually tell me how they've been, how they're doing, what's going on in their life. There's always going to be a clue that comes out. Okay. So they're going to say, oh my gosh, I lost my job. Or, oh my gosh, my job is so stressful. Or, oh my goodness, we really could use the extra income. It's been really a crazy year. Or it could be, my health has declined drastically and I'm not feeling very well. There's always something that they're going to throw at you that gives you a clue on how to approach the situation. So then it brings me to my next point. My next point is that we have so much to offer here. Okay. So let's remember what we have to offer. We have fantastic products. We have a really amazing community. We also have a really great way of making a supplemental income. And we also we have the financial freedom bonus, right? So what does that mean? That means that if somebody comes to you and they say, oh my gosh, I'm in debt and we're just swimming in it. I mean, that is like a red flag for you to like immediately be able to say, okay, we're going to bring up the get out of debt stuff that we have going on here, right? Or that bonus. So when you think of those things that we have, you need to keep that in the back of your mind. You can even write them down if you need to. So you are going to actually listen to what they're saying and then approach them. So if they say, I'm not really doing that well because my job is really time consuming and it's taking a lot out of me, I would really like to cut back on my hours. There's your moment, right? We have a fantastic community. We also have a supplemental income for this person. Okay. So I still don't really approach them with anything that we're doing just yet. I like for them to kind of come back to me and say, hey, what are you doing now? And if they do that and they say, how have you been and what's been going on with you? You can say, actually, I just joined something that is so, so cool. And tell them what it is that you're doing. Say, I'm helping people with their health and I'm helping people actually bring in a financial, stability or stable income, which is fantastic. And then I can actually right after that say to them, this would be really great for you. I have to be honest, like everything that you're saying, this makes sense to me, that this would be really a great fit for you. Do you have time to actually hear more about what I'm doing? I think this would be fantastic, right? Do you see how little I said? I said so very little. So of course that's piquing interest. So in their mind, they're thinking, oh yeah, I mean, kind of, but what is it? Maybe they don't know. And if they really do have like a struggling moment where they don't really know what it is that you're saying and they're still a little bit confused, I would just redirect them and say, listen, I really have some, I'm going to add you to this group. I want you to hear everything that we're doing, but I really want you to hear it from this person, or I really want you to hear it from this video, because this is going to explain it so much better than us just chit chatting here. Can I add you to this group, our community group? I want to tag you in a video, and then you can let me know what you think, right? So go do that. Once they do, if they have questions that you do not know how to answer, this is the fantastic part about our team and Q. You can actually tap us into a three-way conversation with your upline or whoever it is that is here and you trust and you can relate to. So for example, my friend just joined me and she really wanted to supplement her income, right? She wanted to stop working so much, and this was the answer for her. So this worked for her and she's doing fantastic. Guess who I'm going to tag her into? That person. So I'm going to say, hey, my friend just started as well with me, and I really want you to talk to her. I want you to hear her story, and I want you to hear how great it's been for her. Now, you don't even have to do that because we have our fantastic community group. You can go tag in their testimony, like if they have a testimonial in our community group, and how amazing is that? So at that point, think about how little you've had to discuss about what it is that you're doing, because essentially what it comes down to is we are literally just helping people supplement their income and take care of their health. That's really all that we're doing. So it's a really, really great way of introducing this without saying too much and thinking, darn, I said something that kind of threw them off or pushed them away. And the reason why we do that is because this is different, like we keep saying. And so if they hear company, MLM, or, products, or they hear any kind of trigger word to them, they're going to pull back and they're probably not going to hear the full story. And then that's a shame because they didn't get to hear all we have to offer, which is a lot. And it's so amazing, right? So I wanted to give you guys those tips. I hope that helps you. By all means, the opportunity call is fantastic. In our community group, we have an opportunity call, so you can tag them in that too, or you can actually send them to one that night. It doesn't matter, but that full presentation is really important because they're going to hear our company, they're going to hear where we came from, where we're going, what our products are, testimonies, and how we make an income here. So plenty of everything for you guys. We have everything laid out, especially in the community group, but we have plenty of, what am I trying to say? Resources. That's my word. We have plenty of resources for you guys, for you to tap into. So I hope that this was helpful for you. I hope that this gave you an idea of how I handle messaging. And no, it's very different. I don't go out and say we are a health and wellness company, or we're this or we're that. I'm very much about the person that I'm bringing in. And I want them to know that I hear them and I feel what they're trying to say and what they're going through. So once somebody feels heard, they feel very comfortable at that point, and they're way more open to joining something. Hope this helps you guys. Thanks so much.